Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. I've got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws. Out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20. Breaks free to the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40 midfield. 40 30 in the coast. 20 15 Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this house. That's not even house music. On this hump day. It's hump day edition. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, guys. Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button. Now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning. Like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, guys, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button. Also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you watch this on our mobile app, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, baby. You got to keep up with the Joneses and them. We have a mobile app, so wherever you get your apps from, it doesn't matter. You go there. All right? You download it. You take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, and not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence, Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles, Chicago sports related. Now, watch this on Roku channel. I like that kind of party, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to your television. Put us there next to the big boys, Netflix, Prime, Hulu, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. Put us there on the big screen. Hell, run the big screen, right, Vicky, now. Listen, I just got done. Oh, my goodness. I just got done watching Lioness. 2 seasons of Lioness. Hold on, let me take this down. I just got done watching 2 seasons, the 2 seasons of Lioness that are out with Zoe Saldana. Oh, my God, bad. First of all, I love Zoe Saldana. Love her. A little too skinny for my taste, but I'd make an exception. I would date her. A little too skinny, but gorgeous. And she is a bad. I loved her in La Colombiana. And then it was the HBO. She was in the HBO little miniseries, or she was in a little miniseries, Netflix, I think it was, not HBO, Netflix, where she married an Italian guy from scratch. There you go, from scratch, where she marries an Italian guy and falls in love. And then now she's in Lioness. She's a badass black director. She's just a badass. Love her. If you haven't seen it, whoo, I highly suggest. It's only two seasons. All right, only 2 seasons, so like 18, 19 episodes. Yeah, she's dope. She is, that's my girl. That's my love me some. You know, at all points in our life, we have our love me some. You know, in high school, you have my love me some. You know, your little high school crushes. In college, the same thing. That's my love me some. Zoe Saldana. Ooh, Charlie. Anyway. Before I was so beautifully distracted with thoughts of Zoe Saldana and Lioness. Listen, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at SportsZoneShy, that's CHI at SportsZoneShy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Listen, we got a great show, but I need you. I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube or a mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around, and that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's check out the chat. The chat is a little live this morning. I like it. Cornelius Squalls checking in. Says, what up, what up, what up, Sports Zoners? Because I had to turn to another station after Matas missed his first two. We all fired up, weren't we? Man. We're all fired up. I hear you. Brian, be smooth. What's up, Papa? So Brian, you're just going to say hi to Cornelius and Shorty, not even to me? Son of a bitch. Just busting your chops. Mr. Shode, what's up? Top of the morning to you, buddy. How you doing? I hope all is well. Look forward to tomorrow night. For those of you who don't know, I'll be on with Mr. Shorty on his show, Bears Country Podcast, tomorrow night. Give me the deets. I don't know what time you go on, but tomorrow night. But I'll be on there. You can also check me out there tomorrow. But Shawn Wall's in the house. Happy hump day, peeps. He says, what's up, Papa? How are you? Yeah, so I took today off. It felt good. I'm telling you, it felt really, really good. I got to sleep early last night. Wow. Does anyone else know if you get like 8 hours of sleep, your day goes, you wake up pretty well rested? Anyone else know about this? So I didn't go to CrossFit this morning, so instead of getting up at 4, all right, I got up at 7:30. That extra 3 hours, because had I gotten up at 4, it would have been 5 hours of sleep. Yeah, but because I got up at 7:30, that's 8.5 hours. Whew, big difference. Big difference. Again, does anyone else know about it? If you sleep 8 hours, you wake up feeling kind of refreshed. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else knows about that. Really, Shorty? That's dope. Shorty said my wife worked with her in the Marvel movies. She's super sweet too. Oh, she worked with Zoe. She didn't put a good word for the SuperBack. Come on, huh? Black Diamond checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, let me know when you get another mock draft done or thinking about it, okay? We'll put it up. King Book of World checking in. What's up, buddy? How are you, dude? He says, haven't had 8 hours of sleep since 89. 1989, another sucker. Sound of the funky drummer. So I usually get, I don't know why. For some reason, I just can't seem to get to bed before midnight. And yes, I still get up at 4 in the morning and go to CrossFit. I don't know how. I don't know. King Book of World, it's been a while since I had, but you know what? I made a point. So it'll go every 2 or 3 months that I'll get a good 8 hours straight through, not taking a nap, but straight through. I shouldn't even say straight through because you know what? I'll get up, my body will wake me up at 4 like I did this morning. I'll go to the bathroom and I, like some people, can go right back to sleep. Some people, once they wake up, they can't take a nap. It sucks to be them, but hey, Nimolo, it's not my issue. But yeah, I went right back to sleep. Man. Power naps are good, Brian. I'm a big fan of power naps. Big fan of power naps. Shorty says, I'm going on 6 hours myself. 2 more would have stopped my coffee pot from being turned on this morning. Yeah, see, I do drink coffee now. So I drink this mushroom coffee. The Tori this mushroom coffee. I don't like coffee that much. Actually, not at all. But had a lot. The mushrooms have a lot of health benefits for you. I forgot what they're called. Adaptogenic mushrooms. No, I'm not tripping or anything. Like not like shrooms. But it's a lot of health benefits. If you're interested, definitely check out mushroom coffee. It's by Rise, R-Y-Z-E, Rise. And man, I love it. And so it smells good, but I sweeten it with honey. And it doesn't give you the caffeine rush. All right, it doesn't, and I love it. I love it. I mean, it gets your metabolism going, but man, I've seen other people how people need their coffee it gets their metabolism going, and it wakes them up. For me, it doesn't like do that. I like the way it tastes when I flavor it with honey. Yeah. Otherwise, it would just be tea. Remember, I used to drink tea all the time. And I still do from time to time. And then right now I'm on this fast. So I've been drinking water, my mushroom coffee in the morning, and taking sea moss. Taking sea moss whenever I get hungry, which is a lot. Rick Gonzalez checking in. Good morning, Papa. How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. B Smooth says, I'm not a coffee drinker. I've only had 2 cups in my life. I'll tell you what I had before I started drinking this mushroom coffee. I had maybe 8 to 10 cups in my entire life, and they were all before the turn of the century. All before 2000. I was dating a Dominican girl out in Glenview, and they just come out with the Starbucks iced coffee. And they had the vanilla flavor. It was good, but it's too sweet. I just didn't like it. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. King Booker will say, just take a mini shot of Cuban coffee. You'll be able to see through metal. Hey, little cafecitos, bro. You see the little cups like, they're wired. They are wired. I know. Oh man. Listen, we got a good show for you, and I'm fired up, man. We have a lot to talk about. The bosses gave us President's Day off. He's a cool guy. I appreciate him. And first class gave me the day off on Monday. So we have a lot to talk about on Monday, and then plus there really wasn't shit going on. Keeping it a buck. The All-Star game sucked, and we're going to talk about that today. All-Star weekend sucked. All right, we're going to talk about that today. All-Star weekend, the 3 sucked, the dunk contest sucked, the game sucked. It's in a bad spot. People are like, oh, it's in good hands. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And it's frustrating. And I think we've had this conversation before. Oh, snap. My man Jay Grizz checking in. He said, good morning. Happy Hump Day, sports donors and SuperBack. Jay Grizz. Salute, Papa. How you doing? You know, I'll try and hold off on the NBA. So we're talking about that this weekend, or from this weekend. We're going to talk about that today. We're also talking spring training. The Cubs missed out on their mans in them. Alex Bregman, they had to resort to plan B. They got their plan B. We're going to talk about that. And I didn't realize he was that old. Justin Turner. I was like, wow. Didn't realize he was that old. And yeah. Because I said, okay, if you don't get Bregman, what about just Justin Turner? I was calling him Justin Tucker. That's the wrong Justin. Justin Tucker is the Baltimore Ravens kicker who's getting sued by the massage therapists all in and around the DMV area. Dude, what's up with people assaulting masseuses? You know? I mean, listen. You're of a certain stature, socioeconomic status. Okay? You know people, and people know who you are. Don't you think there'd be like a black book directory of places with rubbing tugs? You know what I mean? Don't you think there'd be a set person to go to, or a list, or just, you know, a black market type thing? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be, like, in Chicago, I knew where there were one, where there were some. Used to be right on Archer and Halsted. It's called Cindy's with an X, Xindys. That was one place. There are a couple other ones. But you should know where to go. Don't be attacked. You know what I mean? Like, why are you assuming massage therapists? Why assume that they're going to, you know, finish you off? I don't get it. See, this is how you got to move. Like Lil Wayne said, move in silence, like a G in lasagna. You got to move in silence. You got to find these things out. You can't just go, well, I'm a football player. I'm a pro athlete. I do this. I do that. Man. Jay Grizz, you're a fool. Sister Ho Avenue. You ain't lying. We're talking like 15th, 18th, 17th, going down between that and Roosevelt. Right, Cornelius. He goes, there are masseuses, and then there are wink, wink masseuses. Yes, go to the wink, wink masseuses. You should know, or you should have people that can get that information who are the wink, wink masseuses. You know what I mean? Like, it's sometimes because they have money, they think they can kick down the front door and do whatever. As but in reality, you got to move very stealth-like. All right, your G's got to move in silence like lasagna. I'm telling you, you just can't. I mean, and you understand, but part of it is you think, because you think you're bigger or more important than you are. It's like go about finding all this information out. Okay, keep it on the down low. Don't, they know what you're there for. You know what they're there for. All right, it's a mutual, it's a consensual transaction. But to have masseuses go to different spots and accost them and ask them for happy endings and anything like that, like, stop, man. You got to get plugged in, like where the places are to go. I mean, then you just got to worry about the feds, like Robert Kraft. But Robert Kraft did it right. Like, he kept going. He found the spot. He kept going. All right, and he wasn't. I mean, technically it's illegal, but what I'm saying is, he wasn't drawing attention to himself. That's how you move. These guys want to go and try and sexually assault these girls and and get out of pocket and try and force themselves. Like, come on, man. It's not. There are plenty of places, every major town, that you just got to know your peoples. You got to have people. You got to have people. Okay. You got to have people who are on the ground, boots on the ground. Say, hey, I'm going to this city or in whatever city you live in. If you're playing it, but you go back to another city. If you're playing this city, all right, where can I find this? Where can I find that? Where can I find this? Where can I find that? We all have our vices. We all have our idiosyncrasies. We all have the things we like. So get someone out there in the streets to find out where it is. And you can avoid all this shit. You could. You can get as crazy with them as you want. You know what I mean? Like, if that's your thing, cool. There's got to be, and here's the thing, like, does he have kids? Let me see. It's just, let me see. Justin Tucker's family includes his wife, Amanda Bass Tucker, and their son, Easton Tucker. Easton Hayes Tucker. Okay. So he has one son. They have one child. You know what? Excuse me. 2016, so it's 2025. 9 years old. He'll be 9 years old May 10th. So do you know what's going on in his school? And here's the thing: a lot of parents don't get. They don't understand. Okay, how often have you been told, "Don't embarrass me, don't embarrass the family name"? When you're a kid, you know, don't do anything to embarrass your family. But as a father, you're going to embarrass your family. Like, think, and you know how horrible kids are, how mean kids are. You think his son isn't getting shit from his other classmates? Oh, your dad, you know, all kinds of stuff. I can only imagine what 8-year-old, 9-year-old kids would be saying in today's society. Because you know they live in a nice neighborhood. He's rich. So it just doesn't make sense. Move in silence. Man. Because Easton's got a whole bunch of shit he's got to deal with. And then you wonder why he's going to turn to drugs and all this other stuff. He's got to deal with all this pressure, all the jokes. All right, the talking behind his back, the snickering. Come on, man. Rick, you're a fool. Well, that explains it. He's married. He ain't got ass in a minute then. You guys, terrible. Anyway, also, we're talking to the White Sox. Very little. We're going to talk White Sox, and I want to talk about this article Ken Rosenthal wrote in The Athletic about the Cubs. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense on how he criticized the Cubs and their attempt, to land Alex Bregman, and their failure to land Alex Bregman. And it is deserving. The criticism is deserving. And my White Sox, we'll talk about them. This criticism is deserving because you know what? All the stuff that they talk is just talk. They're full of shit. And one of my buddies, we were texting the other day. He sent me, home opener and this, and I was like, F them. No, he sent me it was a promotion. And I said, no, F the White Sox, man. I said, you know what? I said, we've been giving them a hard-earned money. I said, they don't care about us. They don't put a good team out there. And when you finally get a good team, they don't get a good manager. The owner has to step in and screw things up. Okay, they never want to sign people to big. They never go after top free agents to make this team better. And I get it. You want to draft and develop, but we didn't have a guy developing anyone in the minor leagues. in the minors. And now he's in charge of all the baseball in Chris Getz. But they say, oh, we want to win back your trust. No, you don't. You want to win back our money. You want to win the trust back of the fans. No, you want to get our money back. And I'm going to talk about that shit too, because that bothers me. You know, I'm a big Sox fan through and through. So sorry. Through and through, man. And I'm telling you, I might just go to opening day and that's it. I don't even give a damn about the giveaways. Although if I do buy the giveaways, if I buy the tickets off of StubHub, technically the money wouldn't be going to the Sox. The Sox would have already got their money. It would just be going to StubHub. Dude, they'll sell tickets for $7 in the 300 level. $7. You go in, you pay the $7. You go in, you get the giveaway, you walk right out. You don't even go into the state, just walk right out. I've done that plenty of times. Plenty of times. And I found a way, and I don't know if they picked up on it yet or not. Someone said they did, but I didn't try it last year, where you can go in, you can keep going in and out. Yes. And I remember one time I got jerseys. Yeah, I ended up getting like 8 of them. It's crazy. Crazy. That's what I would do. Because they don't care about us. And that bothers me. Then, of course, you got Bears. They're talking about franchise tag some people. I was like, who the hell are you going to franchise tag? So we're going to talk to you guys about it. Do you think the Bears should franchise tag anyone? I'll give you some names. Because I don't. I don't think they should franchise anybody. But then again, that's just me. You and I, you might have a different opinion. That's cool. We'll agree to disagree. That's for damn sure. But man, we're going to talk about that. So we got a lot to talk, baby. I'm fired up. Good to be back. A little day off on Monday on President's Day. But your boy is back, baby. We got a lot to talk. So here's what we're going to do. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to take a quick break. All right, on the other side of the break, let's see what we got here. Here we go. Tyler here, Shorter, 4 Nations. Thank you. Yeah. Great stuff, Steve. I appreciate you. On the other side of the break, well, first of all, let me say what's up to some of the people who came in a little later. I said Rick. I said what's up to my man Jay Grizz. The Plankster is in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Bear down, baby. Bear down, Plankster. Levette Lee checking in. Good morning, Ma. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we are definitely going to get to top of the morning topics. So we got a lot to talk about today. So as our old Uncle Hawk Harrelson used to say, sit back, relax, and strap it down. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Move it!
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
That's Reggie. Shots fired. Stephen Curry, a running three-pointer.
Sometimes you have to ignore the hate.
By the way,
He used to do these a lot.
What's that?
Miss? Running three.
Oh, running. Never.
Running three. You can leave him on the floor, too.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Right,
Don't do it to him.
He said, I told you.
He's playing it too short. Putting those guys in there.
Big jump ball here. Durant secures it. Won by Damian. Again, one more basket for the win. Damian Lillard.
There you go. Look at it. Look at it. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yes.
We got who I wanted.
Oh, that's who you wanted?
Yes. I want all the smoke.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the Morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those comes courtesy of Disney, ESPN, ABC, all same parent company. That was the All-Star game on Sunday, and it was interesting. I'll tell you what, it was good. It was good. It was well, let me not lie. It was fun to finally see them playing. You saw them playing. I like the fact that you played to a score. And you saw guys really getting fired up. You're playing defense. You saw guys you saw guys hustling. It was from a game that really had lost a lot of its luster. I still think it lost a lot of its luster, but it's all we had. It's all we had. It's all we had to go with. And, you got the entitlement of some of these guys really bugs me. Or I should say the perception. Like being an all-star back in the day was an honor. Making it to the All-Star game was an honor. You know what I mean? And I don't know how many of the players today feel about it, because it doesn't seem like they give a damn. Don't seem like it. I'm making millions upon millions upon millions. The hell with the All-Star game. I know it's an extra bonus for me in my contract. But I don't feel the sentiment is not there. How much fun was it? Like, why it started It started before with LeBron. When LeBron, who's never entered the dunk contest, when he continually refused, well, that was the whole purpose. That was part of the fun of seeing the greatest stars in the game compete. All right, in All-Star Saturday, in the dunk contest, in the three-point contest. And Steph, and I know Dame's one of the best shooters in the history of the game. Excellent. And he was a back-to-back champ. Excellent. He was going for a three-peat. But how great, and he lost to Tyler Hero. All right, we'll do that. Here we go. Top of the morning topic, Tyler Hero wins the three-point contest. All right. I'm going to take this down. NBA three-point champ, and he ruined Damian Lillard's attempt for a three-peat. Okay? And that's cool. But let me ask you a question. Let me take this down. Would it have been more exciting if it was Dame versus Steph? What if they had built this up? What if they had gone at it for the last 3 years? Dame wins one, Steph wins one. Or Dame wins two, he beats Steph both years, and then it's the third time. Do you understand the marketing that would be going on for that? Do you understand? But these guys don't. They don't. The interest in the All-Star game, the lack thereof, is what bothers me. And Steph, you're at home. They played in San Francisco. To be in a three-point contest would have been dope. Mike was in the dunk contest in Chicago. And don't tell me you want to rest. Then don't play in the game. You know, the excitement leading up to these things is what made it exciting. The marketing. Dominique, remember that in '88 for all those guys in the who are watching who are of age? Jordan beat Neek the year before. Then he's coming home. He's facing Neek again. The storylines, the excitement, you could build it. And with social media today, think of all the ads and the commercials and the reels and the clips that you could have put together for the dunk contest. If it was Jordan and Neek now, man, but people like Steph didn't want to get a three-point contest. LeBron never got a dunk contest. You know, Aaron Fox. Or De'Aaron Fox? The guy who went with Zach a couple years ago. That was a phenomenal dunk contest. But I want some of the stars in there. And that's the thing. I don't know if you're trying to expand the amount of stars by getting the youngsters in there, but the next top of the morning topic, Mac McClung wins the dunk contest for the third time in a row. This is how bad it got. Mac McClung. Not even on the Magic. He's on their G League squad. They had to sign him to the roster in order for him to dunk. 3-time champion. There's nobody else in the NBA who could dunk. There's nobody else in the whole NBA who could dunk. No one else in the G League. Same dude. You got to go get G League players. I mean, come on, man. This is the shit I'm talking about. Like, this is why the NBA sucks. This is why a lot of people don't like the NBA. The entitlement. I'm telling you, we as kids, when we were younger, looked forward to this. Man, what's Mike going to do? What's Nick going to do? Who's going to win? Is Bird going to win the three-point contest again? Remember, Bird won it here in Chicago. I know, I was there. I told you my Andy Frayne Usher days. When I was an Andy Frayne Usher with the blue suit. Actually, I was on the first floor, so I had the long white sleeve shirt with the yellow vest. I got rid of the suit jacket. You know, and to me that sucked. And the next top of the morning topic, NBA All-Star Game. Shaq's OGs beat Chuck's Global Stars. And that was another thing. They beat him 41-25. And that was another thing. Is that I didn't like it. I didn't like 4 teams, a little round robin tournament or single elimination tournament, 2 semis and a final. I didn't like it. I did like it, the fact that they played to a number. So as the team got close, the other team started playing crazy defense. That was fun to see. But Shaq's OGs beat Chuck's Global Stars 41-25. Damian Lillard, you saw in the clip, hit the game winner. But man, and then our guy, Matas Bucelas, missed the first 2 dunks. We're like, dude, pretend you're going down on pretend you're going on Wemby, somebody. Because it's a disappointment. And my guy in San Francisco said they didn't even like the vibe. Said he was down there in Dallas a couple years ago. He said the vibe is just different. I don't know. But I'm sad about it. What are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? Next top of the morning topic. The 4 nations face off. You're like, what? You know, the hockey tournament they got going on. The finals. U.S. Canada. You know, remember they started going at it at the puck drop. They're booing. The Canadians were booing the national anthem. And I'll tell you what, and the Americans went on to win 3-1. And the final, America lost the other day, but they'd won. They're already in the finals. They're just going to see who they're going to face, and Canada got back. So tomorrow, they're back in Boston. Wicked piss-off. The TD Garden, 7 o'clock. You can catch that game on ESPN. Are they going to drop the gloves again before or what, after the puck drops, or what? Puck drops, gloves drop. And can America beat Canada twice? This time for the 4 Nations Face-Off Championship. Cornelius said, I always wanted to be an Annie Fran usher. Man, bro, that was the best job I ever had. Best job I ever had. Followed closely by this. By owning Sports Zone Chicago and covering the Bears. Closely following. Or that my Annie Fran usher narrowly leads that. Because I was a kid. And I got to meet Michael, Scotty and Horace's rookie year. I got to meet those guys. I got to meet Magic. Got to Larry. Had an interaction with Red Auerbach. I got to meet Barkley, Ewing, all those guys. Wayne Gretzky wasn't there, but met Mark Messier, Ron Hextall, obviously Dennis Savard back in the day. Went to concerts, saw a Bruce Springsteen concert, Michael Jackson concert, Madonna concert. Awesome. And I got paid to do it too? What? Yeah. Yeah. But that game's tomorrow. The next top of the morning topic. Cub fans, Shota Imanaga. Shota Imanaga has been named the starter for game 1 of the Tokyo series. March 18th, not March 1st. March 18th. They're playing over in Japan. Shota Imanaga. They're playing the Dodgers. And Shota gets to start game 1. They're playing 2 games out there. Damn, Shawn name dropping a who's who. I'm telling you, that's why. I mean, I was a sports nut. That's why I got the job. I took the job because I was a sports nut. And I was at St. Rita High School. Mr. Miziora, God rest his soul, my sophomore history teacher. Freshman was Mr. Novak. Mr. Miziora was my second year. And then I had who was my third year for history? I don't know. I had Mr. Bamberger my senior year. Anyway, Mr. Miziora was the chief of the head of the Annie Fran ushers at Sox Park, at Comiskey Park. So he would always have the Annie Fran come down like a job fair during lunch periods, and guys would sign up. And that's when I heard about it. I was like, I get to watch the games and get paid? Sign me up. So I did. And yeah, I did get to meet all those guys, and that was cool. As a 16-year-old kid, come on, man. You're meeting multimillionaires. I met Jordan quite a few times. Like I said, Horace and Scotty. Anyone in the NBA or NHL back then, I met. The Rifleman, Chuck Person. It was awesome. Bird, Mikhail Parrish, the Celtics crew, the Lakers. It was amazing. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Believe you me, I am grateful for it. And I'm grateful for it because. But let me talk about. Let me talk about the Cubs for a second, Cub fans. Brian Henderson, I met Chuck Person at an appliance store in Indy. The Rifleman, Chuck Person. Dominique, I met, obviously. Neek, man, all those guys. Muggsy Bogues. It was crazy. Clyde the Glide. But let me talk about the Cubs. And Scott Rosenthal from The Athletic put together or wrote an article. It kind of goes off in the Cubs, and rightfully so. He talks about if you're going to act like a big market team, be a big market team. He referenced Theo when in 2016, Theo went and signed Aroldis Chapman from the Yankees. Traded for him, you recall. I'm sure you do, Cub fans. What did they give up for it? They gave up their top prospect in the minors, Gleyber Torres. Okay? And when they signed him, they said, Theo said, well, if not now, when? And it made sense. And I don't think that the Cubs are serious World Series contenders. But if you sign Alex Bregman, I think you're automatic. The anticipation of you winning the Central. They got a good shot of winning the Central now this year without that move, and with the Justin Turner move. But the Alex Bregman move would have made them clear favorites to win the NL Central. Clear favorites. Okay. And why? Why couldn't you do that? All right, the Cubs have one of the highest ticket sales, the highest price ticket experience in the majors. I think that was according to Forbes, is what Ken Rosenthal said. So why, if you're charging all these crazy prices, why don't you go get the big free agents? Why? And I think that's a shame. Trying to think. Well, so why? You have one of the highest game day tickets in the major leagues, but you don't get Bregman. And that's the thing. You have a window of opportunity. Okay, you have a window of opportunity. And that window's now. Because what's going to happen, you probably only have Kyle Tucker for 1 year. Probably. But you get Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman, Dansby Swanson, Ian Happ. That's a nice lineup. That's a nice lineup. And you go for it. Because once you get to the playoffs, all bets are off. It doesn't matter if the Dodgers have such and such, because you know what? Two of their star players could be hurt. You could be on a roll. They could have limped in just by talent alone and not ready for a team that's hot. But you put yourself in the best position to succeed. Even if it's just for 1 year, and you snare another one. You snipe another World Series. You think the fans will be happy? Yeah. But for you to shortchange and skimp on that, and why the hell did you trade? What was the purpose of trading Cody Bellinger? Wasn't that the purpose? To create space for the Bregman signing, or Bregman acquisition? Wasn't that the purpose? Then you might as well have kept Cody Bellinger. Should have kept Cody. But no, you go get his teammate, Justin Turner, who's 40. 40 years old. Now, don't get me wrong. This dude's still a baller. But he's not Alex Bregman. Turner was, or I didn't save it. Son of a biscuit. They should be embarrassed with what they did because you did all this to get everybody excited, and then you whiff. But you still going to charge. I guarantee you're not reducing the price of beer. I guarantee you're not reducing the price of tickets or any of the other concessions. That price is going to stay up. But if you want to win, then win. Then go show people you want to win. Go get the players that you feel are going to help you win. Justin Turner wasn't the guy you thought was going to help you win. He was your plan B. Alex Bregman was the belle of the ball this offseason. And you could have got him, you should have got him, and you whiffed. You whiffed on him. You went skimpy. You gave him 4 years for $115. Pay the tax, damn it. You don't think people are paying out of their ass for these rooftops, for the tickets inside the ballpark, for the beers, for the brats, for the hamburgers, the hot dogs? You don't think they're paying out of their ass for that? But you don't want to go spend money and put a good product on the field? When you have that window, you have 2025 would have been perfect to have all those guys here. Bregman, Kyle Tucker, Swanson. You got those three big bats there. Now you're cooking with gas. Let's not forget Ian Happ. You have those guys there. Now you have a legit shot of making a run. But you chose not to do it. What if fans started choosing not to go to your games? Choosing to stop watching the Marquee Network, choosing to unsubscribe from the Marquee Network. What if fans just started doing that? It's all right. We can catch the highlights, read it out in the paper. It's all right. Not everyone brings a plastic flask. Huh, Shawn? You're damn right. Prices, I bet parking prices won't go down either. Yeah, there's not a lot of parking around Wrigley. Wrigley's landlocked. It's literally, it's one parking lot behind it that'll hold maybe 15, 20 cars at best. There's a couple smaller spaces, and they have down Grace about a quarter mile away. But no, you're right. Parking prices ain't going down. But you don't want to spend. You want to keep telling people you're broke when you have the highest game day prices. Not the highest. One of the highest in baseball. Come on, man. Stop doing your people like that. So it looks like both of our baseball teams are screwing their own fans. Spent all that money. But all those rooftops, all those apartment buildings, down right field, down Sheffield, and then down Waveland. All those apartment buildings you bought for the rooftops. Charge a pretty penny, too. And after you bought them, I know that the COVID came and all the other stuff, but people kept coming back to the ballpark, and that shit was filled. Wrigley is filled on a regular basis. Regular fans and corporate sponsors, corporate fans. Renting out your suites. The new stuff instead of field you got this year coming up. And the rooftops in the back and those atop those apartments. And they're filled. And you can't put a good product on the field. You can't go get the guy that everybody wanted for the almighty dollar. Don't you realize you'll make a lot more money if you put a winning product on there? The deeper you go into playoffs, that's more home games, more home playoff games you make. The division series, in the ALDS, in the NLDS divisional series, in the NLCS, and God forbid you get to the World Series. That's more money, more money, more money. And if you don't think those rooftops will be packed, you crazy as a mug. But you want to go skip it on your fans, acting like a Kansas City, a small market team who ain't got the money, or you're just showing, we give it the old college try. Should be ashamed of yourselves. You had that window to add Alex Bregman to this lineup, Tuckers, Swansons, the big name stars you got on the Cubs now, add a stud power hitting third baseman, and you didn't do it. I said, oh, darn, we tried. Well, listen. We're going to take another break. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk about my White Sox a little bit because they stink too. And we got Bears talk. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down because the number one rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
Michael get it pulled with a fresh shot clock. MJ. Oh, he did it! And Michael shakes the finger. Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
They'll calm you down. They'll work their plays. Steal. He kept it in bounds. Here it is again. Oh, yes! Whose game is it? It's Michael Jordan's game.
Consistently game in and game out, but against the Bulls he does. Here's Jordan, he blows by Pearson, jammed it down. He blew by
Jordan out front, pressured by Dennis Johnson. Michael on the drive, in from the right. Hesitation move, through the hoop for the right. Scoop shot, good on the reverse.
Michael!
12-6 Boston.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. That was it. So on Monday was the day, was the birthday of the GOAT himself, my man's in there, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. His 62nd birthday, February 17th, 1963. Monday was his birthday. We weren't on because the bosses gave us a day off. Like I said, he's a cool guy, my boss. So he gave us the day off, but that was his actual birthday, February 17th. And just wanted to wish him a very happy belated 62nd birthday, you know, for all the memories you gave us, those moments. Wow. The moments that I can't even tell you how awesome it was getting to work those games at the United Center. I'm sorry, at the old barn, at the stadium. So happy birthday to MJ. You are undoubtedly the GOAT. So all these people can talk this other bullshit. And it's not to say LeBron's not a great player. Okay? But it's not even close. Shit, Rick. Shit, remember in 91 and 92, the looting that went on here in Chicago? The looting after they won those two titles? 91 was crazy. People were just breaking windows and coming out with racks. They just go in, hug a whole bunch of clothes, lift them off the rack, and run out. 91 was crazy. 92, it wasn't as bad. It was bad. It just wasn't as bad as 91. In 93, I think it was, cops were definitely they've been able to do it 2 prior years, so they were ready. And you're right, those rallies at Grant Park, unfreaking believable. The millions and millions of people who showed up. Wow. That's crazy. Those were, yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Let's see. Let's see. I'll let you know. I'm checking. I'm Googling it now. So he averaged 30 points in 30.1 points over his career. So let's go and see playoff stats. Career playoff stats. Postseason. Here we go. Yes, he did. He 33.4. He averaged 30.1 in regular season, 33.3 in the postseason. Oh, you made it. Oh, okay. All right, that was dope. You made it to 96, 97, 98. That's crazy. That's awesome. Shorty says, I was at four of those rallies. Dude, those are nuts, man. Those were to borrow a song from All in the Family. Those were the days. Wow, that's crazy. Let's talk about my White Sox real quick before we get into some Bears talk. My White Sox. All right, we know what kind of bullshit you're on. All right, you had a situation, you had a boatload of talent in your organization. A boatload of talent. Oh, King Booker World, you missed it, man. We just got done talking about Mike. Oh boy, Mike, and and the rallies, because it was his birthday Monday, and we just wished him a happy birthday. You missed the coming out of the break, the clip. Rick, we suck, Shawn, out to the Bears. You're a fool, man. Thank you very much. White Sox suck. Thank you very much. Oh, man. That's good shit, Rick. Good shit. Oh, man. So we'll talk about it real quick. I don't want it to ruin my day. So you talked about wanting to win back the trust of your fans, White Sox. Okay? Well, tell me how that's going. How's that working for you? All right, you hire Chris Getz, you promote Chris Getz, the guy who couldn't develop the minors, as the head of the entire baseball operation. That's good. Wonderful. You go, you say, get bargain basement prices. Who's the center fielder? We got the former Gold Glover. Why we get this is exactly what Rick Hahn did. Or Kenny did. He'd go get Junior. Ken Griffey Jr. at the end of his career. Manny Ramirez at the end of his career. You're going to get 32, 33-year-old guys, expect them to be big contributors to the squad? Come on, man. You know what you want? If you want to win back the trust, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. Next season, next offseason, open up the bank, open up the checkbook. Open up the checkbook and go sign Vladimir Guerrero and Kyle Tucker. Go sign both of those guys. Kyle Tucker's on the north side of town. He wouldn't even have to move. Wouldn't even have to move. Just take the red line. Because if you sign him, you still have a payroll well under $100 million. Well, on that you want to show what you want to win back our respect. That's how you do it. You go and you go get us some stars. Some guys we can cheer on. Keep Lewis Robert. Do not trade Lewis Robert. Keep Lewis Robert. Bring Vlad Jr. over. Sign Kyle. If the Cubs don't extend him, put some names that people want to go see in White Sox uniforms. That'll show us you give a damn about it. That'll show that you care about it, that you're committed to winning. That'll show it. But all the other stuff, all this is just talk. It's just talk. Go get players. And Chris Getz, how about you develop some of these son of guns too? You got a lot of talent. Colt Montgomery. Is this kid gonna come up and play shortstop, or is he another weak-minded individual? Rick said Kopech and Moncada trade hurt bad. I thought those two were going to change the Sox. They would have. They would have. If you would have got Ozzie, if you would have got Bruce Bochy, if you would have got Joe Madden, if you would have got Joe Girardi, if you would have got any other manager except for freaking Tony La Russa, those guys would have instilled old school work ethic and mentality into those guys. Those were the two guys. Moncada was the number one prospect in the minor leagues. Number one prospect. You saw how he could rake the year he finished third in batting behind Kenny. Not Kenny. Tim Anderson. I was thinking Kenny Anderson. Remember, Tim Anderson finished first and Moncada finished third in batting. What did he do? He was going gap to gap, doubles. He was that dude. Then he made the music video, and then it all went to shit from there. I like the music video, but it was a downfall. This is why I was on a soapbox, pounding the table for Ozzie. Ozzie would have had that team under control big time. Ozzie wanted that gig, and they didn't even offer it to him. Because egos. Rick Hahn had, remember, the general manager got to be the pretty boys of the faces of the organization now. All the GMs are the most important guys. Before it was the managers. Remember all the big time managers we had back in the day growing up? Tommy Lasorda, Whitey Herzog. Who was the guy with the Tigers? He just passed. Hell, even Lou Piniella. The managers were the face of the organization. Now it's the general manager. They got to be the smartest guy. They got to be the most important guy. And their egos are so sensitive now. Billy Martin back with the Yankees. But see, there's a thing with these athletes. Sparky Anderson, thank you. Thank you, Cornelius. Sparky Anderson with the Tigers. Bobby Cox with the Braves. There's a certain mentality that you have to have, that you got to have. And you know what? I saw this. It was, was it on Twitter? Might have been on Twitter. Son of a biscuit. It was, what's his name? Rick Pitino. What was it? I knew it was on Facebook. Rick Pitino was going off on his team. Ooh, Charlie. And he's going off on his St. John's team. They were down to, I can't remember who they were down to. Anyway, ended up coming back to win. Yeah. Where is it? Here we go. We're going to, because I want you to see this, because this is, now it's not, I was acting crazy. You know, why you got to act so silly? There was a, yeah, you got to go. You pissed me off. I want to bring it up because this was awesome. This is Rick Pitino. And this is what I'm talking about. Let me get this, share screen. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of leadership that those youngsters on our White Sox needed. This is exactly what they needed. Rick Pitino.
Be a basketball player. Dig in. Every time you miss a shot, your game deflates. We don't care about your missed shots. Play defense. You guys keep blowing opportunity upon opportunity upon opportunity. You're like children with bad things happening. Instead of digging in and be tougher, you wilt. Where is your toughness? Where have you guys been raised that you're so weak mentally that you just give up when something doesn't go right for you? Don't you know what adversity is all about? That's the game of life, not the game of basketball. You don't get down when things go wrong. You dig in and get tougher. Your whole life's going to be adversity. Learn how to deal with it. Dig in and be a basketball player.
That's what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm talking about. That tough love that you need. That tough love that you need as an athlete, especially when you're dealing with superstar athletes. Moncada was a superstar in the making. Eloy Jimenez, Luis Roberts, superstars in the making. But they needed to be coached, and they needed to be coached hard. They needed to understand that, hey, listen, yes, I'm talented, but guess what? I can still be coached. I can still be taught. And Ozzie, when it's all about, it's not about you. It's bigger than you. Ozzie, Bruce Bochy, Joe Girardi, Joe Matt, it didn't matter. I just wanted Ozzie because I wanted him to do it again here. But take any one of those managers that I named, and they would have said the same type of thing to those guys. Obviously, would have been. Ozzie wouldn't have to be translated. Ozzie would say it in Spanish, so there'd be nothing lost in translation. Nothing. Because you asked me what, look at all the former athletes. I mean, just look at the athletes who've been coached hard. They respond to it. Because when you challenge an athlete, a star athlete, guess what? They respond. And that's what they refuse to get a strong-willed coach, manager, because they're not going to do what we want. No shit. These guys know baseball. They know a lot more than you, Reinsdorf, even though just because you own the team doesn't mean you know a lot about baseball. Rick Hahn. Just because you're the general manager doesn't mean you're smarter than the manager. You're good at acquiring talent. You're not good at motivating it and at getting the best out of players. Those are two different things, completely separate. That's why I was pounding on the table for Ozzie or Bruce Bochy. Bruce Bochy didn't do anything. He just won another World Series once he left San Francisco. Won it in Texas. But that's what the White Sox needed, and that's what they didn't get because they didn't. Ozzie was too rough around the edges. He would have been uncontrollable. He wouldn't have let me make the lineup. It's not your job to make the lineup, damn general manager. You let the manager do that. And you know what the problem is? Jealousy. The problem is jealousy. That's what happened with him and Kenny. That was what happened with Rick Hahn. Because Ozzy was so popular. He's still popular to this day. They never would have been the architects. Remember, just like Crumbs, like Jerry Krause, never got his full due. Why? Because Mike was here. And Phil Jackson was here. And those guys didn't want Ozzy stealing all their spotlight. I got all the players, but why is Ozzy getting all the credit? Because he cooked the dinner. You can go buy all the damn groceries you want. Don't mean you can cook. Don't mean you can make me something to eat that's delicious. Don't mean that at all. They're so worried. They're jealous of Ozzy. That's my personal opinion. They were jealous of him. He had this city by the short and curlies, man, especially the South Side and Hispanic community. Come on, man. That dude can do no wrong. They love that dude. And that's what the White Sox did. They alienated their fans with Tony La Russa. Well, he speaks Spanish fluently because no one gives a damn. Give us the guy who won a World Series here, a guy that we saw grow up here, a guy that took us to the mountaintop from an 18-year-old kid who left Venezuela to a World Series champion manager. And you don't want to bring him back because your ego. I was going to get more attention. I was going to be on more TV shows. I was going to have more commercials. I was going to be on more radio stations. Ozzy this, Ozzy that. Should have put your pride aside and focused on winning. That's how you know you're not about winning. When you can't put your ego to the side. When you know damn well that's the best person you could have had for this job that would have taken these guys and made them contenders year in and year out. They'd still be contending this year. Because every year it would be, I don't care what you did last year. I don't care if you're World Series champs last year. You ain't shit this year. Let's get to work. And that's how Ozzy would have run it. That's how Bruce Bochy would have run it. That's how Joe Girardi would have run it. I don't care what you did last year. Last year's over. We're in Glendale, Arizona now. So everyone's 0-0. We are not champs anymore. We got to go win our title back. And that's the mentality. That's a coach. I love what Rick Pitino said. Where have you been raised? Where have you been raised where you don't fight? Where have you been raised where you don't rise up to the challenge? Got me fired up. I love coaching. God bless it, do I love coaching. That's why I miss it so much. Damn it, coaching matters. Coaching matters. I just got a text. I'm meeting with some of the guys Friday after the show. When I was coaching at Midwest Prep, the prep school. Coaching matters, man. And the thing that sucks is we had the squad. Rick Hahn should be in jail for all the way he robbed all those teams in those trades. Should be in jail. Grand larceny for all the picks, all the prospects he got back for Adam Eaton, Adam Dunn, all those other garbage players he traded away. Not Chris Sale. Chris Sale wasn't garbage. He went on to win a World Series. But for Chris Sale, for Adam Eaton, all those guys he got in those trades, come on, man. Pissed me off. Woosah. Another team that pisses me off, my Bears. This is why this could be a frustrating time. Because you get stupid people. You get stupid people saying stupid shit for clicks. Let's talk about using a franchise tag. On who? Some people had the audacity to say you should use a franchise tag on Keenan Allen. Come on, man. Come on, man. I didn't like the way that looked. There we go. I like this better. Should the Bears franchise tag anyone? No. And then we gotta talk about this. Shorty, that reminded me of Al Pacino on Friday Night Lights. Dude, I reposted that. No, it's any given Sunday. Yeah, Brian. Yeah. They talked about Keenan Allen. Why would you give that dude 25? Here, let me get the franchise tag. Tag by position. Here we go, 2025. Let's look at the franchise tag. By position. So wide receiver, $25.693. So $25.7 million. No, I'm not. Sorry, Keenan. You're a Hall of Famer, hands down. I'm not giving you $25 million when you're a number 3 receiver. And all those drops you had last year. Now, if you want to bring him to $8-10 million, okay, I can work with that. I can work with that. And I read someone said Tevinjenkins. I'm like, you have to be smoking crack. Crack kills. $25 million for an offensive lineman. Franchise tag. What? He missed over 30 games in the last 3 years. Come on, man. He can't stay healthy. King Booker was smoking that blue magic rock. Like, this is the type of stuff that frustrates me, because you get people who don't know shit talking about the Bears. People don't know shit making stupid comments like that. Like, there's nobody out there that we should franchise tag. No one. And then the trade. People are saying we should trade for Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons. First of all, Micah Parsons ain't getting traded. That's for starters. Jerry Jones ain't letting that mother Hubbard go for nothing. And Cleveland, if they trade Myles Garrett, Cleveland doesn't have him on the block. Myles Garrett just said he wanted to be traded. He has to be traded. Doesn't mean they're going to trade him. Well, what are you going to give up? 2 firsts and a second? I get it. If it was Myles Garrett for the first round pick this year, done. Micah Parsons for a first round this year and maybe a second next year, done. Done. Especially if it's Micah Parsons. And I get a first, I got to give him a first this year and a second next year, done. Say nobody we're going to get is going to be a Micah Parsons. And he's, 24, 25? If that was the option. But there are far too many needs that we have. Far too many holes that we need to fill. Shorty, so they only say trade for Parsons if you plan on drafting an edge of 10. Yeah, but see, I don't want to give up more than 1 pick. That's the issue. King Booker says Myles Garrett ain't going anywhere. If I were Cleveland, no. Oh, you know what? If I were Cleveland, why not? Because you're asking for probably 2 first-round picks. 2 first-round picks and maybe a second. So you're going to get 3 picks for this guy? I'd consider that. Because you ain't going nowhere this year, Cleveland. What you can do is you can start fortifying that offensive and defensive line for the future. For the future. Shorty says, if you're drafting an edge at 10, you're only giving up next year's and maybe a second this year. Next year's first, are you saying, Shorty? Because I don't like going into seasons knowing that I don't have a first-round pick coming up. We still got to shore up this offensive line, which should have been started 2 or 3 years ago, but it wasn't. Could have got an offensive lineman this year. Could have got an offensive lineman last year in the first round. Let's see, who's the Bears draft picks? Draft picks in 2024. No, you could have got 2023. Got done all right. Okay. About 2022. Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, Velus Jones, Braxton Jones. Oh, that was still part of the Khalil Mack thing, wasn't it? Why didn't we have a first round pick in 22? Kyler Gordon, second round. Jaquan Brisker, second round. Velus Jones, third round. You couldn't have got an offensive lineman in the third round. Jones, fifth round. He's all right. What I'm saying is they still should have gone after an offensive lineman in the first, second, or third round. That's what they needed to do, and that's what they neglected to do. So I just got a text. And again, this is just speculative, of course. It's speculative because it doesn't. Did I do this already? So according to Nate Taylor, and I'm not sure who that is. According to Nate Taylor, the Kansas City Chiefs are not going to franchise tag. They're not going to franchise tag the guard, Trey Smith. This is just literally just on Twitter right now. So, if that's the case, here, let me see. So, Ben Devine, Kansas City Chiefs are not expected to place a franchise tag or transition tag on free agent Trey Smith, league sources tell Nate Taylor. All right. He'll hit the free agent market. Okay, there you go, Bears. You're on the clock. You're on the clock. If this is your guy, go get him. If this is the dude you want, go get him. Go give him his $20 million a year. this is the guy you want. If you want another guy and you look on tape and another guy be a better fit, then go get that other guy. Because listen, just because you're the most expensive and the most prized free agent doesn't mean you're the best fit. Okay? Doesn't mean that at all. So, sure, do you want this year's first and next year's first for Myles Garrett? Okay. King Booker World says, that's true. There's no excuse not to go to get Trey Smith. Again, if you figure out or if you decide if you decide that Zeitzer, isn't Zeitzer the kid from Detroit, is a better fit, and you want to go that route, I'm okay with it. Don't just go spending money because he's the most expensive free agent. Because if he doesn't fit your system, let's just try to fit a round peg into a square peg into a round hole. It's not going to work. If you feel that that Zeitzer is better because he's come from your blocking scheme and he's done well and you're comfortable with it, do it. Rick Gonzalez, I agree with you. Get the center from Atlanta. Go get Drew Dolman. Here he is, number 25th ranked free agent, according to NFL.com. Drew Dolman, center Atlanta. Go get him. Go get him and go get Kevin Zeitler from Detroit. Now, if you want to go get Trey Smith, okay, cool. Get both of those guys. But don't tell us that. You know what I mean? Don't say, oh, well, No. No, he's not. Shorty, Drew Dolman is 26 years old, bro. He's 26 years old, not 36. He's 26. That's why I want him, because he's 26 years old. You got him for a good 6 to 8 years. You got him till his mid-30s. He's a veteran, so he can make all the calls. Caleb doesn't have to worry about pass pro, setting the protection. Yeah, he's only 25. Or 26, excuse me. Let's see, when will he be 27? He'll be 27 in October, so middle of the season. But go get one of those. Go get him and go get one of those guards. Again, it doesn't have to be Trey Smith. If you think he's the best guard that fits your system, you guys, you have to understand it. People, this is where you got to. This is where the average fan shows their colors. People think just because they're the most expensive, that means they're the best and they're going to fit your system. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. People who are asking for those most money doesn't make them the best. And here's the thing. People say, oh, he's the best guard out there. Yeah, he's the best guard out there in the system that he ran. Have you seen him play another system? Have you seen him play the system the Bears want? Well, first of all, what system are the Bears? Are they zone blocks? Is it gap scheme? What are they doing? What are they doing? That's the question. King Booker World said, I hope they get Zeitler too. It's a good knowledgeable piece and get the next lineman ready. Yes. And how old is Zeitzer? Okay, he's 34. So you got him for 2 years. Or 1 year and then let the next dude get in. Shorty said, I'm so jaded by Coleman, Bates, and Patrick's, though. Hey, listen, I hear you. And here's the thing. He might. King Book of World, Kevin Zeister's 34. He'll be 35 March 8th. So he'll be 35. Coleman, Bates, they got hurt. They got injured. So we never really knew what they could do. You still got Kieran Amagaji, who needs some tough love. They need to say, hey, listen, they screwed you last year. His offensive coach, his O-line coach, the new O-line coach needs to come in and say, they fucked you over last year. You were hurt. You weren't prepared. They put you out there in a tackle against a guy who's having a Pro Bowl season and embarrassed you. Come back and show them that you're a hell of a guard. See, if you get Zeitler, you can go draft a guard in the second round. You got 2 second-round picks. You can go get a guard in the second round. You can get an offensive tackle in the first round and get a guard in the second round, get a D lineman, an edge in the second round as well. And have the guard sit behind. And wasn't that exactly what I was saying? You go get a Pro Bowl player. Not sure if Zeitler was a Pro Bowl player. Let me see. Yes, he's been a Pro Bowler in his career. You get a Pro Bowl player, and then you draft good players behind him when their time's almost up. So you draft this guy, draft a guard in the second round. Put him behind Zeitler. Let him learn. Sit back and be the apprentice for a year. He's gonna get time. There's gonna be rotations. Zeitler's not gonna be in there all the time. You're gonna rotate this youngster. And then next year, the second year of Zeitler's contract, you can void it, or you can, hey, listen, you're gonna be the backup. You're still gonna rotate, but you're gonna be the backup now. Him and Dahlman? Come on, man. Dahlman, Zeitler, Darnell Wright. And whoever we get at left guard, So I don't see anybody franchise tagged. I see 8 to 10 for Keenan Allen if he wants to come back. 8 to 10. Brian said, what's the criteria that makes a person the best at their position? And two, if you only look at highlights, that's only getting half the information about that player. Yeah, there's a lot more. You can't look at highlights. You got to dive into the tape, into the film. You have to. You got to dive into the film. So I'm more than okay with that. That's what you want to do with Kevin Zeitler. Sign him to a 2-year deal, even a 3-year deal. Last one, you give him all his money the first 2 years. Then you cut him after year 3, after year 2. Make the majority of his money in the first year. Not a lot in the second year, nothing in the third year. So you can cut him. But by that point, year 2 is when the guard you draft in the second round should be ready to go. I agree with you, King Booker Willis. I want a seasoned center. Dahlman, to me, is actually the most important piece for this O-line. Yes, this year, yes. Because it's going to take a lot of things off of Caleb. And just think, Caleb can make calls now. He's going to be better at it because it's not his first year. But you take that off his plate and allow him to do other things and work on other stuff, it's going to make Caleb so much better. Not having to worry about setting the protection. Not having to worry about, all right, calling out the mic. He can come up. He can let the center make his calls. 52's a mic. 52's a mic. 52's a mic. If it's a certain play, okay. Now that there's a mic, here's a play I can call. He'll know it in his head because his second year, it should be a lot easier to determine who the mic is. But it'll just be confirmed by the center. But I agree with you, King Booker World. That center is the most important part. And then the two guards are a close 1B and 1C. 1B and 1C. Those three. And give me a wide receiver. You know what? We talked about this ad nauseum. And it really bugs me that we don't utilize our resources to the best of their ability. We don't maximize our own resources. Okay, we don't. We don't. All right, we had Colin Johnson. He's a little older. He's 27, but six. Okay. Why don't we throw him the ball up in the air? You think about who we have. We had Rome Odunze 6'3", Colin Johnson 6'6", Cole Kmet 6'5". You still had DJ Moore who could jump out of the gym at 6'1". Why you don't? And how many times have I talked about being able to isolate a player? Just have a switch route. Colin Johnson in the slot, Rome Odunze on the other side. Colin Johnson does a post, Rome Odunze comes and wheel up into the slot. If you got single high coverage, now picture this. Single high coverage, and you're playing man, you put Colin Johnson in the slot, and you send him corner route. I ain't even talking about the backside yet. And you send Colin Johnson the corner route, or Rome Odunze, it doesn't matter. And you take the X, you have here, this guy runs a corner route. You take the other X, he comes underneath, right up the seam. What does that single high safety do? Who does he take? You can't fly over to get the corner route because that leaves the seam wide open. If you stay for the seam, you throw it to the back pylon, and that corner route is wide open. If you got single high. And we're not talking backside either. We're talking a go route of DJ Moore in man, and you got a single high safety? Come on now. Some things just aren't that difficult. But we insist on making things difficult. So I'm not done with Colin Johnson yet. I'm not expecting him to make the Pro Bowl. I'm not expecting him to be a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he can be a productive member of this team. Get him 4 or 5 touchdowns this season because you know how to use them. Give me another receiver. Because for some reason, I don't see any of these guys having that dog in them. Even, and I know it might be blasphemy to some of you, even Rome Odunze don't seem to have that dog in them as much as I'd like. I like Rome to have a little more dog in him. He's a nice guy, really nice guy. I want to see more of that edge. I want to see more of that aggression. That's what I want to see out of Rome. I want to see more of that attitude. Look at the stud receivers. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. They have that aura about them. They have that swag, that confidence. I want to see that. I know you're playing with DJ Moore. I know you're playing with Keenan Allen. But you know what? That should not stop you from shining. The flowers in the garden do not stop shining, or do not bloom because there's other flowers in the garden. They don't stop their blooming because there's other flowers in the garden. I needed Rome to come in and say, hey, throw me the ball. I know you got DJ Moore. I know you got Keenan Allen, but I got you. And for some of the times that Caleb threw it to him, he did. I will not deny that. Fourth down was against Detroit. Okay, in the not the Washington game, the game that they lost. Yeah, Detroit. When they ran out of time on Thanksgiving Day, who did he go to? He went to Rome Odunze. I would have liked to be gone to DJ, but hey. King Booker Wilson. Remember Roy Williams? He was the opposite. He was a dog, but didn't have the skill. You're right. Do you remember he played on the Cowboys? And he wasn't as athletic. He was more stiff. So to wrap it up with a bow, no, we ain't franchise or transition tagging anyone on this team that we have. No one. I say 8 to 10 for Keenan. If you want to come back, there it is. Shorty says, Caleb's lightning quick release helped him get rid of the ball quick, but he did hang on a little too long. Sometimes you don't get sacked damn near 70 times, 68 times, and it's sometimes hold on the ball too long. But he was in his head. How many times did he miss DJ? Crosser, touchdown. Different spots because he was looking for Rome. You got to learn how to read. And I don't understand why. And I'm telling you, this is, I think, the issue. Why don't you look for your number one receiver first? They paid DJ Moore a hell of a lot of money. Throw that gentleman the ball. Throw that dude the ball. He should be your first read. You should be thankful that you have a number one receiver. I agree the O-line was tracked, but there are plenty of times that he had the ball and he missed them. Plenty of times that he missed them completely. One hopped it, overshot him, or just missed him. He'd go to the corner and DJ's running a shallow crosser uncovered because he's forcing it as opposed to reading the defense. Thank you, Rick. Yes, he was afraid to throw picks. You know what the issue was? Let him be what he was in college. Don't coach the Caleb out of Caleb. And that's what they did. I know you want to be safe with the ball, but if you throw picks, here's how you learn. If you throw picks, I don't care. One of the greatest quarterbacks in the game, Peyton Manning, threw 28 picks his rookie year. It's okay. He turned out all right and won 2 Super Bowls. It's okay. Well, listen. Guys, great stuff. 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank you guys, man. This chat has been lit all freaking morning. I love it. I love it. I'll replay this tonight at 6. All right, tomorrow I'll be on with Shorty on Bears Country Podcast. Make sure you check that out. Yeah, King Booker World. I don't know. I'm going to talk about that. We can talk about that too. He said O-line was terrible. The opportunity is there to sting the ball, but he missed more than he hit, and that's fine. He was basically learning on the job with no teaching. Yeah, I'm not sure. Tomorrow's 9 o'clock Eastern, guys, on his show. We'll talk about that next show, King Booker World. Well, listen, guys, have a phenomenal day. From everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. Have a phenomenal day.